Hello and welcome back to some now playoff action here in the NHL Kids Tournament here in the December period in the beautiful Sportplex Coliseum Arena here in Pierrefonds, Quebec, as we see the Penguins taking on the Flyers. The Penguins the 2 seed and the Flyers the 5 seed in the West Division. Winner of this one this is a best of 2 series if I'm not mistaken, so for that reason we're going to see some plenty of actions. Up the ice comes number 29, Justin Schinder for the Flyers. Going to fire it on goal as we see the starting goaltender, number 40 on the Penguins. That's going to be Madel Kalin, and on the other side it's going to be number 41, Riley Yip for the Flyers. There's a brief battle for it along the zone here. It's going to be Yannick Velasakis who takes it away, the captain here for the Penguins. He's going to move it up the ice to Don William. Now it's going to actually be retrieved here by number 19, that's Cloutier on the Flyers. Thiago Pellegrini in the mix trying to chop it forward. The Penguins do get it back though. William was in pursuit of it. Still have Cloutier around him. It's going to be William who takes it up now. He's going to put it over to Hugo Lemelin. Lemelin going to settle it down to William. William, high shot, misses the mark there. In the mix, going to be pinching here. It's going to be number 7, Noé Vincent, but he can't hang on to it. And the Flyers come back the other way. It's 19, excuse me, that's Cloutier. He's got Boulanger with him. He hits the brakes instead as he had too many Penguins surrounding him. Going to center it over now. He's going to have his stick picked here by 21 here on that's going to be Isaiah Oxford who got in the mix. Yannick Velasakis now on the rush all by himself. He's got Kai Ngamba on him. Yannick Velasakis trying to center it over. Bouncing a quick pad save made by Riley Yip. It'll be settled down now by Correll. Correll's going to play it over now. It's going to be Sean Wang who has it. Wang still in the corner, going to roll around the net with it. Drops it on over. Correll tried to center it, but it hit too many bodies and going to steer away. It's finally played now. Back to the point. We try and move forward. Blocker saved by Yip. Rebound. Carreno couldn't hang on to it. King Gamba's around him. Hits a body and doesn't go towards the goal. And now here they come back the other way. It's going to be Saganash. Saganash is going to move it forward now. It's going to be taken in by number 7 on the Flyers. I don't have his number, unfortunately. He played around the boards. Saganash trying to play it forward. Stick lifted and goes through the crease here for the Penguins. Now finally played forward, only to be intercepted around center ice. And now here comes Cloutier. Cloutier, nice little move. Stick here defensively, knocks it away. Here they go, trying to come back the other way now. Can't be held on here now by number 29. That's Schinder again for the Flyers. Pellegrini's going to just center it forward. He actually settled down here now. It's Correll. Correll from his own end. Plays it over to Carreno, who couldn't handle it, so he just tips it towards number 20. That's going to be Bristol William again. He's going to shoot into the glove of Riley Yip, and he holds on. Jerry, we finally get to hear a bit from you.
Yeah, well, the Flyers, not to mince words, had a pretty disastrous regular season. If I'm not mistaken, they only scored 10 goals in their 11 games. So the good thing about the playoffs is it erases everything that happened before it, So the Flyers, they get a fresh start here. They got a good goaltender in Riley Yip, and so they have just as good a shot as any.
Yeah, Velasakis, top draft pick here for the Penguins, I should say, with Bristol William, who was in the mix. He's going to pick the pocket again. Tries to hold the line, and he does. No offside here. Velasakis in the mix down low. Going to try and center it around, but it hits the side of the goal, and the pad's down for Yip, and he's going to finally freeze it.
Well, the Penguins on the other side, they finished second in the Western Conference. They had a very good regular season. They're coming in very confident. Yannick Velasakis, as we said, has been one of the best forwards in the tournament. Hugo Lemelin, one of the best defenders in the tournament. They're both on the ice now. And so the Flyers definitely have their work cut out for them here.
I mean, Cloutier, who plays it up to Schinder. He didn't know where the puck was, and Lemelin's going to hold it on the point. Lemelin's got a mag up front. That was number 11, Edouard Marin, who couldn't handle it. Pellegrini now. He's going to rifle it around the boards. Settled down by Lemelin. Lemelin right off the cage here of Schinder and out of play. Not going to like that one. It's a good thing he's wearing the cage, but that's still going to rattle it a little bit.
Yeah, we've seen that a few times in this tournament where the cage does offer some protection, but obviously if you get a stick there or a puck there or whatever else, it's still going to hurt, but the cages do prevent it from becoming any worse than that. So Schinder was lucky there.
That's now into the face-off dot. It's going to be Schinder going against number 25. That's going to be Benjamin Wong. And it is dropped here. Going to be played forward. Number 88, or one of the later acquisitions, Bodie Nelson. Off the post here. Wong had a beautiful chance in front, and now it's finally taken away by number 7 on the Flyers. He's going to move it right over to Saganash. Saganash, it looks like he has shorter hair now. At the start of the tournament, it looked to be a lot longer. He tried to center it in front, but no one was there. 7 will pick it up. Going to go right back down to Nelson. Nelson trying to play it forward. It's kicked away here by a defender on the Penguins, and now here they come on the opposite attack. It's going to be Wong. Wong off a skate. Held on here by Saganash. Be actually corralled here by Carell. Carell will have to retrieve it as he's got a man on him. Carell attempting to break out. It's picked his pocket. It's number 7 who briefly lost it himself. It does come out of the zone, but the Flyers will hold on to it. Kayingama will take it. Kayingama will play it over for Schinder. Schinder, it bounces off and it won't go to him in time. So it's going to be centered now forward by the Penguins. Kayingama back to take it. He's going to move it over to Nelson. Nelson, high, tried to be knocked down into the air, and it's going to be number 7 on the Flyers who actually picks it up. They void the offside, but it's dumped into the zone. Now it's going to be taken back here by Sean Wang. Going to play it forward. It's going to be Carreno, who moves it on over to number 21, Oxford. Oxford hits a stick and doesn't get to the net. Flyers now going to try and come back the other way. It's Schinder. He's sort of in all alone here with 2 guys. Number 7 on the Flyers going to try and cut through the middle. Still in possession of the puck. Shoots. Save made here by Kalen. And finally, we're going to get a stoppage in play with 4:55 left in the first period.
Well, that was a great chance there from number 7. As you said, Connor, unfortunately we don't have his name. But that scoring chance resulted from something that the Flyers have been doing well so far in this first period, which is just quick, short passes. They're not trying to be all about themselves. They're not taking individual rushes up the ice, which could result in putting yourself out of position.
So the Flyers do control it here, but the Penguins are going to get it right back. It's Noé Vincent. Vincent, he tried to flick it forward, but the Flyers hold the line briefly, only for Vincent to intercept it once again. Now here they come, the Penguins, past center ice. Got roughly a 3-on-2 is what, 2-on-3 is what developed out of nowhere as a trailer decided to leave the zone. The puck does come out now. Be picked up here by Boulanger of the Flyers. And then move it right on over to Cloutier, who plays it forward and can't be chopped down or controlled. So the Penguin trying to go back with it. Yannick Felistakis has it taken away by Pellegrini. Shot forward, number 7. Hugo Lemelin in the mix now. It's going to be Bristol William who has it. He's going to hold on to it. He's going to shoot off the chest pad here of Yip, and he'll cover it up.
That's something else that's really dangerous about this Penguins team, is that they have so many skilled players with an outstanding finishing ability that they don't need a lot of time and space. They can really rip that puck. And as you saw, Riley Yip, that shot wasn't very point blank. It was kind of a mid-range shot, but he still had some trouble with it.
And the puck is dropped here. Kayingamba in the mix in the corner. He didn't know where it was, and neither did his opposition, so Boulanger is going to fire it around. Going to be settled down by Saganash and taken away by Felistakis of the Penguins. And if Felistakis hits the brakes, looking for either a lane to shoot or pass to. He's going to go over to Bristol William. Bristol William back down to Lemelin. Hugo Lemelin goes across to his partner now. It's going to be Vincent who leaves it to Felistakis. Felistakis at the point. He's just going to go right on over to Lemelin. He had to settle it down for a sharp angle here now behind the net. Lemelin still has it on a stick. He's going to go down to Bristol William. Bristol William going to walk in with it to the side here. Felistakis in the mix. Bristol William going to have it. Felistakis just misses wide. I think there's a delay penalty here to the Flyers. Lemelin trying to circle with it. He holds the zone. Bristol William now with the puck. Bristol William going to move it to the slot. Hold on here by Riley Yip, and that'll do it. But it's going to be an obstruction penalty, I believe, and it's going to be against Justin Schinder. So the Penguins looking dangerous, and now they have a man advantage.
Yeah, I mean, the Flyers were already kind of sitting back in their own end a lot to start this game, and so taking a penalty isn't ideal, of course, as that is just an avenue for the Penguins to gain some momentum here. Riley Yip has been solid. He'll need to continue to be solid here for the Flyers.
Puck is dropped now, and it's sort of tied up briefly. It'll be taken here by Wong. He's going to move it right on over to Carell. Carell's going to walk in with it. Where the Wong, it didn't have enough on it. As it just trickled around the blue line here, but it's still going to be held in. Carreno has it for the Penguins. He's going to play it down low to Oxford. Oxford had it over to Wong. It's in! The initial shot didn't go in, but he gets the rebound on the backhand. Way to fight in front. And Benjamin Wong opens the scoring here for the Penguins.
Yeah, power play goal, only 20 seconds into the power play. That was great spatial awareness from Benjamin Wong. He received the puck in a really tight space in the crease, and he knew there was a Flyers player around him, so he took a backhand shot between his own legs, and the ability to think that quickly and make a quick play is really impressive.
So still 2:51 left in the first period, but both teams now back to full strength. Carreno couldn't hold it off the draw. Cloutier is going to take it back to Pellegrini, who's playing defense in this one. Pellegrini fans on that one. Dangerous play right there as it does squeeze out. Going to be played now by Sean Wang. He's going to play it forward. Going to take the feed as Oxford. He's going to put it right on over to Carreno. Ben Carreno walks in with it. High shot. Blockered away, though, by Yip. Benjamin Wong tried to center her in front. Still a battle for it. Both teams sort of slashing at it along the blue line, but it does squeeze out here. It's going to be number 7 on the Flyers. He's going to take it. He's going to try and get around a lot of men. Going to leave it for Schinder, but it hits a stick and goes wide. Schinder. Pass down to number 7 again. Going to move it right over to Schinder. Schinder. Behind the net. He's got a lot of sweaters all over him that are blue. Now it's going to be Benjamin Wong who took it forward to Carreno. Carreno moves it right on over to Carell. That was number 11, Morin. Carell was number 12 to his left. Be picked up here by Sean Wang. Wang going to move it forward here to Morin, who couldn't handle the pass, so he's going to retrieve it in the same area. He'll move it over to Yannick Felisakis, who's going to move it over to Bristol William. On Bristol William, got a man on him in the middle there. Felisakis going to hold on to that one. Boulanger's going to try and come back the other way. Easy call here by the referee as Bristol William got his stick in between the legs here of the opposition player. And so the Penguins have a man in the box and the Flyers go on the power play.
Well, that was a great sequence there for Marc-Olivier Boulanger. He stuck with Yannick Felisakis the whole way on that rush to shut him down, stole the puck and drew a penalty. That's exactly what the Flyers need if they're going to be able to win this game, because they've been playing somewhat well with the puck when they've had it, but the issue is they haven't had the puck that often. And so a power play is a great opportunity to get more puck possession.
As in the face-off dot now, it's going to be Tristan Pelletier up against Yannick Felisakis, who wins the draw. Lemelin's going to fire it around the boards. Morin. He's going to play it out of the zone here and kill some time off this penalty. Pellegrini settles it down for the Flyers in his own end. He's going to go across to his partner here, Cloutier. Raphael Cloutier goes inside the offensive zone. Tried to fire it on goal, but Lemelin gets the stick in the way. Cloutier leaves it for Pellegrini. Pellegrini down low to number 7. Going to go back to Pellegrini. They're going to go for a sharp angle shot and just going to be gloved down easily here by Kalen, and we'll have another face-off.
I don't love that shot choice by Thiago Pellegrini. It was a really sharp angle. He had some space to make some passes. I think the Flyers can afford to get a bit creative here in the offensive zone on the power play, so I would like to see some passes there.
The puck is dropped, and it's a brief tie-up here, but finally the Penguins do come up with it. As it's going to be Noé Vincent with some speed inside the zone. Noé Vincent doesn't have too many numbers with him, so he'll stop and hit the brakes and try and leave it for Felisakis, who dumps it around. Roughly 33 seconds to go in this first period. 1:12 left in the penalty to Bristol William. Lemelin holds the line. Hugo Lemelin, really good job to still have the puck on his stick. Moving through everybody, just going to turn and fire. Hits a stick and goes wide. 19 seconds left in the first period now. So here comes Cloutier back the other way. Cloutier around center ice. He's going to shoot. Going to be gloved down briefly, but now played here by Kalen. Vincent going to play it forward. Morin finally gets it out of the zone with 6 seconds left in the period. So the first 10 minutes are going to trickle down here. 7 couldn't get enough of a shot on that one, but it's a 1-0 lead for the Penguins early on.
Yeah, well, you can see the Flyers are right in this. They're the heavy underdog coming into this best-of-3 series, as they only won 1 game out of 11 in the regular season. But they've hung in. Riley Yip has made the saves he's needed to make so far. He had the 1 goal against, but he's been very solid, and the Flyers have been able to make some nice plays, just like I said earlier, focusing on those short passes. They've made decent work of this power play that they have right now, which will go on for 41 seconds after we begin the second period. They're only down 1 goal. This is far from over. We know the Flyers, even though they didn't have a great season statistically, they have some playmakers who can make plays with limited time and limited space.
Number 7 on the Flyers looks to be a really key forward. He's got a smaller build, Jared, but he's still really elusive and able to keep the puck away from his defenders really well.
Yeah, I mean, we see that with a lot of kind of smaller forwards in this tournament where they're very shifty, and I guess you have to be when you have a smaller frame, but they're all very good at handling the puck. Nikolai Baskakov of the Penguins is another one that comes to mind. And so these forwards, they're great at stick handling, they're great at moving their feet and kind of shifting their direction, and it makes them tough to reach.
So Benjamin Wong in the dot here. He's actually going to lose it, but he actually gets it right back and shovels it right back down to Carell. Carell from his own end. He's got number 7 coming in on him. He uses the net as a bit of a pylon. Tries to get it across here. Saginash, good play. Now it's an odd man rush here for the Flyers. It's going to be Schinder and number 7. Going to go right over to Schinder. Couldn't get the pass forward from 7. And it's knocked away off a stick and out of play. So another souvenir for the Zamboni driver there, Jared. With 9:33 left to go and 14 seconds left in the penalty to Bristol William.
That was some excellent neutral zone defending by Antoine Saginash. You see, he created a 2-on-1 for the Flyers out of nothing. All it took was a bit of awareness and just the knowledge that the Penguins forward, I didn't catch the number, but knowing he was going to potentially try a pass across, he broke that up and sent them the other way. That's exactly the kind of thing the Flyers need to do to have a chance in this one.
So Yip's going to come out and play this one as it's settled down finally, and that will kill enough time in a penalty to Bristol William as he'll come back into the action and enjoy the fray. Kayingamba sort of with some open ice here now. Kayingama leaves it for number 7. 7 going to backhand it. Easy pad save. Still loose. Finally taken away here by Carreno of the Penguins, and he's going to come back the other way. Ben Carreno trying to create some space here. Carreno plays it down low to Bristol William. He's got some fresh legs after that penalty he served. Going to be a shot here. Good idea, but Moraine wishes wide. Settled down by Carell. He's going to go right back over to Bristol William. Going to be settled down by Carreno, and then Bristol William again hits a body and goes wide of the mark. Going to be settled down now by Lemelay at the points. Lemelay back over to Bristol William. He's going to walk in, shoot. Deflection goes wide of the net. Kayangama's going to play it forward to Saginash. Saginash hits number 7 on trying to get a stretch feed here to Peltier, and he's going to dump it in so that they can go for a change. It'll be settled down by Kalen. Be taken up by Carell now. Xavier Corral tries to go for a stretch pass, but nobody's home. Pellegrini will collect it here for the Flyers in his own end. He'll go for a stretch pass himself. It misses completely, so it'll be an icing call, and we'll go all the way back to the Flyers' end.
We've seen a lot of defensemen try a pass like that, a large breakout pass for a breakaway, and it's rarely successful because it's a lot harder than it looks for the forward to get in behind both defensemen and for that long pass to connect. I liked what the Flyers had been doing earlier in this game, where they rushed up the ice kind of as a cohesive unit, made one pass after another, because those breakout passes, it works when it works, but it's a low percentage play.
Bristol William with the right idea there. He just can't find the net today, even though he has a right idea of where he wants to shoot it. It's going to be Felisakis who moves it over to Bristol William. He's going to move it down to Hugo Lemelin. Plenty of bodies in front. He's going to move it over to Bristol William. He's going to move it right back down to Felisakis. Felisakis in front. Bristol William looked like it was a save made by Yip and just goes into the corner. Lemelin going to handle it now for the Penguins. Lemelin moves it over to Bristol William. Bristol William going to be in tight. Hits the side of the goal here. Pellegrini's going to try and shovel it out. Lemelin holds the line. Lemelin will walk in with it. Tries to feed it across to Bristol William, who tries to feed it across to, looked like Morin was in the mix, but it doesn't find anybody, and finally Saginash is going to clear it away. He can't feed Schinder, so Noé Vincent will take it for the Penguins and play it forward to Bristol William, who will play it over to Morin. Finally, Lemelin will take it around center ice. Lemelin going to walk in, hits a stick, and goes wide. The Flyers good at getting their bodies in the way of all these shooting chances of the Penguins, but the Penguins won't cease. As they go across to Felisakis, he couldn't hang on to the pass. He had a sharp angle and decided not to shoot. He'll be held here by Vincent. Noé Vincent moves it over to Bristol William. Bristol William shoots off a body and wide again. Bristol William just can't hit the mark today. Lemelin has it taken away by Boulanger. Boulanger doesn't know where the puck is. He lost it briefly. He moves it over to Schinder. Justin Schinder into the zone for the Flyers. Moves around Noé Vincent. In the middle, Pellegrini couldn't fire it home. The Peltier in the mix now. He's got Carreno on him. The attempt to clear doesn't work initially, and now it does. The Flyers do get it back, but they have to get onside. Played all the way back to Cloutier. Cloutier ran into Bristol William, but he picks it up again. Bristol William's been on the ice for a long time here. Peltier is going to shoot it towards the net. Rebound, and it's handled, and the net's knocked off its moorings, but not before Kalin covers it up.
Well, the Flyers have actually played a decent second period here. They were in their defensive zone for a long time, but I thought they did a really great job of kind of stifling the Penguins. Riley Yip has made some big saves, but I think the Flyers did a great job there of getting their sticks in the passing lanes and getting in the shooting lanes to prevent the Penguins' big guys from being dangerous.
Puck is dropped in one here by the Flyers. Kayingama will take at the point. He'll move it right over to Nelson, who couldn't handle it initially. So Oxford tries to get at it, and he pokes it forward, but it goes off the stick of Nelson out of play into the bench area of the Flyers. So we'll redo things now, but in the neutral zone.
That was a really lucky
never
blink.
mind.
really lucky break for the Flyers as Oxford tipped it up and over the bench. That could have been a 2-on-1 for the Penguins the other way.
Isaiah Oxford with a lot of speed. One of the many speedy players on this Penguins and in this tournament. So it'll be Nelson who takes it from the point. Tried to shovel it over. Oxford almost got his stick on that one too. So now here they come finally back the other way. It's going to be Benjamin Wong. Wong got no man with him. Going to try to go to the backhand. Yip denies him with the poke check. Played forward here by Wang. Wong couldn't settle it down. Be number 7 now of the Flyers. He's going to use the boards. And he's going to get over to Peltier, but he's got Carell on him. Tried to go around him. Carell, good defensive play here. Now Carell with some speed. He's trying to get it out of the zone. 7 picks his pocket. He's got a man with him. It's Peltier. Moves it over to Peltier. Save made by Kalen and then pushed away. Be picked up now finally by Wang. Wang is going to feed it right on over to Carreno, who missed it initially. Carreno hits the brakes. He's looking for a man to either pass it to, but he's surrounded by Flyers. Be shoveled forward by Edouard Morin and then settled down by Nelson of the Flyers. Penguins now have to get onside, but gives us a chance for Kayangamba to collect the puck behind his own net. Nathan Kayangamba. He's swarmed by Penguins players, and finally he looks like he's going to be tripped up, but no call made. Extra move here by Carreno. Shot on by Don Bristol-William. Now 7's going to take it here for the Flyers. He's going to go all the way to the other end and then finds himself in the far corner, or the close corner, I should say. Nelson tries to move it forward. It's going to be intercepted by Carell. He's going to move it right on over to Felisakis. Felisakis has a man with him. Going to go over to Bristol-William. Just misses him, though. It's a pass behind him. A check behind the net, and the Flyers are going to get called for it here as Bodie Nelson's going to get a checking penalty, and the Flyers go back to the box.
Well, the Flyers are hanging in this one pretty much as well as they can, but their indiscipline is making it kind of hard for them. As Bodie Nelson there, a bit of a defensive miscue, forces him to take a penalty. That's another skill that the Penguins have, too, is that they're so dangerous when they have the puck on their stick that you have no choice but to commit infractions against them.
4:33 left in the second period. Still the 1-goal lead held on here by the Penguins. Puck is finally dropped, though. The Flyers do clear it out and kill a bit of time in the penalty. So a good way to start the penalty kill for the Flyers as it's collected by Kalen, who leaves it for Lemelin. Hugo Lemelin deciding what he wants to do for it. Finally, he picks Bristol-William. Bristol-William's going to enter into the offensive zone now. Bristol-William, he'll leave it right back down to Felisakis. Felisakis moves around the face-off dot. Yannick Felisakis moves it on over now. It's going to be Morin. Morin tried to play it forward, and instead it was knocked away by Boulanger, who clears it down the ice once again. Kalen will come out of his net to play it. Rifles it around the boards here to Lemelin. Hugo Lemelin. Feed over to Felisakis. Yannick Felisakis going to enter into the zone. Not entering in with a lot of speed so far, as Morin's now going to cut to the middle, but good stick by Pellegrini, disrupts it a bit, and it goes into the corner here, picked up by Bristol-William. He's still got Peltier on him. Bristol-William comes up with a puck, going to walk in, shoot, glove side save by Riley Epp. Rebound, hits the side of the goal, still loose in front, no way Vincent was in the mix. Between the legs goes Morin, over to Bristol-William. Plays it over to Felisakis now. Felisakis over to Bristol-William, who goes over to Lemelin. He's going to walk in with it. He's going to shoot. It's going to be a pad save here by Cloutier instead. Lemelin moves it over to Yannick Felisakis. He's going to walk in with it. Shoots. Blocker save by Riley Yip. Felisakis gets his own puck now. Felisakis tries to get it over. Peltier bounces in front. Riley Yip, it's still loose. He's going to be tripped up as Felisakis, but there's going to be no call again. Pellegrini tries to move it over. Bristol-William will pick it up for the Penguins. He's going to be pinched on the board here by Schinder. Bristol-William does come out of the corner with it. He's going to walk in. Backhander. Decides not to shoot and turns around. Hugo Lemelin will settle it down at the point. Shovels it on over to Felisakis. Yannick Felisakis goes across with it. Morin hits a stick here. Goes to the side of the goal. Picked up by Bristol-William. 5 seconds left in the penalty. Bristol-William trying to cut to the center of the ice. Shoots. Easy save by Riley Yip. Got a rebound. It's almost loose, and he's got to squeeze onto it with some assistance by Cloutier. So both teams go back to full strength, and Riley Yip with some great goaltending on the penalty kill.
Yeah, and honestly, I thought a goal was coming there for the Penguins. They were running circles around the Flyers during that power play. I noticed that the Flyers penalty killers were kind of collapsing into the slot, which is not usually a good thing to do to prevent shots from coming. Riley Yip also was playing pretty deep in his net during that power play, which makes their life a bit tougher as a goaltender.
So it's sent over now to Carell. who's met by some Flyers. Now here comes number 7 back the other way. Carell breathing down his neck, I should say. Peltier thought he had it for a second, but Ben Wong picks it up. He's just going to take it away from Carreno, actually, and come back on a head of speed himself. He's got Oxford with him. Wong runs into Boulanger, who disrupts the play here defensively. But still the Penguins with it in the offensive zone once again. Try to be circled over here. Saginash going to use the boards. Attempting to get it out here are the Flyers, as they find themselves in their own end a lot this period. Kaingamba is going to take it. He's got number 7 with him, but he's also met by a lot of Penguins players. Kaingamba behind the net. He centered it, but no one was home. Bodie Nelson missed it, and so did Saginash, so the Flyers have to get onside. It's going to be sent around. Both teams sort of playing slow at times here, deciding what they want to do with the puck rather than utilizing the speed here for the Penguins, which you would think they would do against a more physical team like the Flyers. It's going to be held here by number 9 now. That's going to be, 91, excuse me, that was Carreno. Saginash will take it off the miss here. It's been played forward by Boulanger. Boulanger past center ice now into the offensive zone. He's going to shoot. It's going to be off a body and wide of the mark. Stick lifted here and comes out of the zone. Bodie Nelson will center it down around center ice. Number 7 picks it up for the Flyers. He's got some speed with him. Plays it forward, but no one was home, and Carell will take it. He's going to move it right over to Bristol William. On Bristol William. Ooh, nice little nifty move to get around Nelson. Going to try and go in on goal. Looks for either for a man to pass to. Has it taken away by Peltier. He's going to try and play it forward, but Bristol William intercepts, and then Peltier right back, only for Felisakis to take it from him. And if Felisakis moves around Schinder, Felisakis tries to get a shot on, but it hits the body of Boulanger. Felisakis leaves it for Bristol William. Bristol William back behind the net for Yanis Felisakis. Don't know if he tried to just sneak it home there, but the pad with Riley Yip was down and said no thank you. Boulanger tried to play it forward. Morin holds it there. Bristol William now with it. 13 seconds left in the second period. Bristol William shot on goal. Save made easily by Riley Yip, and now still the Flyers sort of looking at the puck here. Give me Yannick Felisakis, who tries to center it over, and Riley Yip's going to cover it up with 1.4 seconds left in the second period.
Yeah, like you said, the Flyers caught puck watching a little bit there. I think maybe all 5 of them were kind of expecting that siren to end the second period, but that's not really how you should play. I'm sure that's what coaches teach them. You know, you can't really anticipate the end of the period. You got to just play even beyond the end of the period.
So forbidding a quick shot here off the draw. We'll go into the second intermission 1-0, and that is the case as the Penguins still holding on to that first period goal.
Yeah, so the Flyers defensively, they've given up a lot of chances here to the Penguins. That's kind of what we expected. We expected Riley Yip to have to make a lot of saves, which he has done. He's played a massive role in keeping this a 1-0 game, as we see good sportsmanship there between the two goaltenders. But I think perhaps the Penguins took the Flyers a little bit too lightly. I mean, this game has been very tight. The Flyers have done a good job of tight checking the Penguins forwards, keeping them in check, making sure that they don't get too many high-quality shots off, and they haven't, to be honest with you. Yannick Felisakis has gotten some chances, but not the quantity or the volume of shots that we're used to seeing from him. And the Flyers, to their credit, they've had some chances themselves, but they'd probably like a little more on the offensive side. And they have some speedy forwards who can get it going. They're only 1 goal behind, so they're not in a bad position right now.
So looking at the Penguins at the early points in the tournament, it looked like they were playing a lot of selfish hockey, taking like sharp angle shots, and then we saw the chemistry sort of build a bit more, headed closer towards the postseason. Now we see them, and they're sort of playing a bit more selfish hockey at times again, Jared?
Yeah, they're really getting tested there because, like you said, individualism was kind of their Achilles heel at the beginning of this tournament, and now we're going to need to see how far they've really come in that respect, because you can't win a game like this with just one player. It takes everybody. This is a very tight game, not a lot of goals, and so the Penguins need to work together and become greater than the sum of their parts.
So in the face-off dot, it's going to be number 7 on the Flyers. He's going to go up against Edouard Morin. The puck is dropped now, controlled by the Flyers off the draw. Pellegrini has it. He's going to go right on over to Saginash. Saginash enters into the offensive zone. He's going to fire it on over and easily gloved here by Kalen. So not even, oh yes, it is going to be about roughly, well, the clock still ticked down a little bit, so 13 seconds off the clock here, but a quick shot here by Saginash.
Yeah, and that's not a bad start to the period for the Flyers. an offensive zone face-off right off the bat, that's a good way to kind of settle in and get the momentum.
So puck is dropped once again. The Flyers get it again. Pellegrini tried to slapper it, and now here comes Oxford. He's got Cloutier on him. Carreno trying to join the rush, so does Pellegrini, and Cloutier takes it away from him. Centered out in front, though. Carreno dangerously almost had it if Saganash didn't come into the mix. Somebody else has lost a neck guard over on the far into the Flyers' end as they do enter into the zone here. It's Schinder who has to hit the brakes. Schinder with men on him. Noe Vincent takes it away briefly. Still whacking at it as Pellegrini, as it's going to be an easy call here for the referee who saw the whole thing. Pellegrini's going to get called here as Kalen comes out of his net for the extra attacker. Morin spins, and he does touch it, does Schinder. So just like that, Pellegrini, who already knows that it was him on the call, is going to go into the box. So the Flyers down a goal and now down a man.
Yeah, that's their third penalty of this game already, and it may have been accidental contact, but that's a very poor decision from Thiago Pellegrini. The Flyers are trying to hang in this game, and their indiscipline hasn't done them any favors in this one.
So seeing how they set up here, the Penguins will have 2 minutes roughly to try and do some more damage and extend their lead. We've seen a lot of the Flyers games in the regular season. The wheels sort of came off during that third period fray. Hopefully we don't see too much of that again on this man advantage here, as it's going to be handled here by Ben Wong. Wong, he's going to move down low to Bristol William. Bristol William moves it right on over here. It was to Corral. Bristol William now going to take the feed once again. Circulating with it. Bristol William moves it on over to Wong. Wong across to Bristol William, couldn't hold on to it. Bristol William with some Flyers on him now. Hits the brakes and tries to turn away. Over around Bodie Nelson still somehow has possession of the puck. He moves it over to Felisakis along the point. It hits the stick of number 7. Who's going to move it on over. Good play here by 7 as Peltier now in the mix. Coming back is Felisakis. Peltier shoots. Save made by Kalen. He's going to cover it up now.
Well, that's a really big save by Marcel Kalen. Fantastic play by number 7 of the Flyers. Beautiful vision there, and like we were talking about between periods, a very unselfish play, but it was the best one for the team. You saw he made the quick pass over to Peltier instead of trying to take it up himself, and that was a big stop from Kalen to keep the 1-0 lead here for the Penguins.
So in the mix now is number 7. He's going to tie up on the draw, where the Penguins do control it. Noe Vincent will take it here and get it out of the zone. He'll move it across to Carreno, who tries to go into the offensive zone now. Carreno, he's got Peltier all over him, who's going to pinch him across the boards. Noe Vincent had to take it away from him, and now 7 going to finally slap it down with a minute still left to go in the Pellegrini penalty. Kalen had it briefly and just leaves it for Lemelin behind the net. Hugo Lemelin can use that long reach of his as a defender. Defenders typically use a longer stick anyways. Lemelin hits the brakes. Lemelin goes cross ice with it here. Carreno couldn't handle the pass, so he has to settle it down. Then Carreno moves it towards the net and goes behind the goal. Going to be centered in front. No one's home. Edouard Morin was there, but he had his stick lifted. Carreno moves the extra move. Backhander misses the mark. Oxford moves it down low to Morin. Morin looking for a man. Oxford couldn't knock it home, and it goes past Vincent as well, and it'll be dumped down. The Penguins doing the Flyers a favor by just clearing it out for them, as they'll go for a line change through the Flyers as Lemelin picks up the puck. Hugo Lemelin with some speed now out of his own zone. Moves it on forward to number 7. That's going to be Vincent. Vincent leaves it for Carreno. Shoots. Glove save made by Yip. Rebound was loose in front. Morin couldn't put it home. Centers it out in front as Pellegrini comes out of the box. Lemelin's going to dump it in here. So Cloutier has it now for the Flyers, who hits a little spinorama move behind his own goal. Going to hit, it misses Pellegrini as it just bounces over his stick, and we will have an icing call and go all the way back in the Flyers' end.
Well, I think that was the right play from Cloutier. He saw he had a teammate breaking. If Pellegrini was able to handle that pass, he could have been in all alone. But a decent penalty kill for the Flyers. Riley Yip had to make some big saves, but that's how the Flyers are going to have any chance to win this one. So, not bad play from the Flyers. I think they just got a bit unlucky there with that icing call.
Bristol William in the dot here against Boulanger. The Flyers briefly controlled it, only for Corral to take it away. Centered in front. Felisakis, 2 quick shots, but 2 quick saves made by Yip. Still a bouncing puck as Yannick Felisakis pursuing after it, and he has it. The captain for the Penguins. He's going to move it for Corral down low here. Hits off the body of Cloutier and wide of the mark. Felisakis now in the mix as the 2 Flyers just watch the puck again, trying to break it out. Bristol William will pick it up off the interception. Bristol William. He's got Boulanger on him, so he leaves it for Corral. And finally, Saganash, good move here. Boulanger gets out of the zone. Saganash moves it on over to Schinder. Schinder's going to try and fire it over. Saganash had to settle it down, trying to be centered in front. No one's home as it's taken away by Ben Wong. Felisakis didn't see the feed. So it's picked up here by Cloutier in his own end. Raphael Cloutier. He's going to shuffle his feet and go to the center of the ice as he goes to the offensive zone. Hits a stick and goes wide of the mark. Left down here for Saganash. Bristol William going to push it forward. And now Bristol William got roughly a 2-on-0 as now it's Cloutier going to try and get into the mix. Corral over to Bristol William. Scores! Tic-tac-toe. And it's a 2-0 lead for the Penguins.
Well, that play kind of developed out of nowhere. I guess it was a miscommunication by the Flyers in the offensive zone, and that's just an unlucky break. They were playing well. They were hanging in this one, and the Penguins make no mistake on that 2-on-0 with Bristol William and Corral. And that's just unfortunate for Riley Yip. He's had a good game up to this point, had no chance on that one. That could be a bit of a backbreaker here for the Flyers.
So with 5:52 left in the third period, game one here looks to be, as of right now, in the favor of the Penguins, who have looked to just have their opponent's number all game. The Flyers look very much defeated and sluggish in this one, as it was briefly handled here by Morin, who's going to shovel it in. Pelletier is going to take it instead for the Flyers. He hits the brakes with Morin still on him. Puck does squeeze out of the zone, and now number 7 will take it around center ice for the Flyers, and he's going to go on over to Pelletier. Leaves it to number 7, walks and shoots. Glove down by Kalen.
Well, the Flyers need to just start. We're getting into that point of the game where they just need to shoot on net as much as possible, right? And that's what number 7 does there. He's been maybe the Flyers' best skater in this game so far. So a good decision from him. Offensive zone draw, and the Flyers need to get something quick.
So puck is dropped. Nelson takes it off the draw here. Fired on goal, but it actually hit a body and goes wide. Ben Wong going to pick it up here. Goes on over to Oxford, and it's intercepted by number 7, who leaves it to Pelletier. Pelletier going to settle it down. Blocker save made by Kalen. Wong will take it now off the rebound. Wong's going to actually leave it for Oxford with some speed as he goes into the zone. He's going to move it on over to Carreno, who couldn't handle it initially. Blockered away by Yip on the shot. Kayangama's going to now pick it up. Nathan Kayangama moves it forward to number 7, who just misses Pelletier. It's going to be picked up by Wang. Sean Wang hits the brakes here. Disrupted briefly by Pelletier, but Wang still has it. Uses the boards. Carreno. Boulanger in the mix. Wang now takes it right back. Sean Wang has some help with them. Moves it on over to Bristol Williams, who is the most recent goal scorer for the Penguins. Bristol Williams, he's met by a man. He's going to be taken down low here behind the net by Carreno. Carreno still struggling with it. Hits Bristol Williams, and he loses it here, but it's picked up, thankfully, after it squirts out of the zone by Corral, who moves it on over to Noé Vincent. Moves it now over to Bristol Williams. Bristol Williams into the offensive zone. Little nifty move, still had the puck on his skate. They looked pretty, but he lost it. Boulanger will take it back the other way for the Flyers. Pass center ice, and now into the offensive zone. Boulanger shoots off a body and wide. Noé Vincent gets in the way on that one. Boulanger will settle it down. It hits off the referee, so it can't go into the corner to meet Saganash. It's taken by the Penguins. Vincent's going to move it over to Terrell. He's got Felisakis with him, but he meets Pellegrini. Felisakis shoots. Did that hit the post? I think it did.
I believe so.
Vincent's going to take it for the Penguins. Leaves it down to Felisakis. Turned in front, hits the skate, and goes all the way over to Lemelin. Lemelin going to move into the middle of the fray here. Hugo Lemelin going to fire it on goal, but it hits Pellegrini, and he's going to try and get it out of the zone here, and they finally do. And it's hard to get a stretch feed. Noé Vincent gets a stick on that one. Corral going to enter into the zone. Tries to get around Pellegrini as Vincent settles it down. Tried to get it right back on over. Number 7 going to leave it here for Schinder. Schinder of the Flyers, right back on over to number 7, to the middle of the ice. He's going to move it on over to Saganash. Couldn't hold on to the pass. Antoine Saganash to number 7. He's met by Felisakis, and was almost poked away here by Kalen. It was loose in front of the net, and now given over to Saganash mistakenly. Kalen has it off his chest, and a juicy rebound that was right there. Now Schinder tries to go between the legs. Bad idea. Side of the goal here, and Kalen will finally, he tried to cover it up, but it's still free here. He has to get to his feet and recover. Dangerous area here, but the Penguins do get some breathing room as Felisakis gets the feed pass over here to Corral. Corral's going to move in on goal. Riley Yip, blocker save once again. Raphael Cloutier now moves it up. Saganash couldn't hold on to it, and it goes over to Lemelin. Lemelin to Corral. Corral corrals the puck, if you will. Moves it on over to Felisakis. He's going to walk in. Deflection as it was actually checked away here, or should I say sticked away by Yip. Down low now, it's Corral. Corral moves on over to Felisakis. He's going to shoot one, and again, it's sticked away by Yip. Got roughly 2 minutes left in the third period. 2-0 Penguins as Bristol William has it in the corner. He's going to move it over to Lemelin. Hugo Lemelin going to shoot it. Deflection actually hits off the skate here of Yannick Felisakis. He's going to pursue after behind the net. Corral racking at it as well as Schinder comes up with it for the Flyers. But Bristol William on him. Bristol William now takes it away. Going to leave it back here for Felisakis, who goes on over to Corral. He's met by Cloutier. Felisakis, nice little nifty move. Just going to flick it on over. Corral, that puck looks like it caught up on him as he got under it. Missed the mark wide. Played around the boards here. Raphael Cloutier is going to look like he was whacking it forward. Hits the break, a little nifty move there. Raph Cloutier, he's around Carreno and now past center ice into the offensive zone. Raph Cloutier to the center of the ice, tries to do it himself. Wide side, he just misses the blocker side. Boulanger settles it down. Peltier, he's going to move it forward. It hits a body here. That was Wong who got in the way. Schinder's going to take it right back. Shot on goal is blockered away by Kalen. Going to be picked up and cleared out now. Kayangamba couldn't settle it down. As now Carreno, a good little nifty move, and he's got some space, only for Cloutier to track him down with less than a minute left in this game. Kayangamba's going to take it from his own end. Going to try and utilize the boards here, but he couldn't settle down with Boulanger as Carreno tries to get another nifty move. It's taken away by Nathan Kayangamba. Roughly 40 seconds left in this one. The puck is moved forward. 7 moves it on over to Boulanger. Boulanger tries to get a little nifty move here. Sean Wang was having none of that. So Morin, he's going to flick it on over. Settled down here by Wong, who moves it forward. Carreno couldn't get the pass, though. Bodie Nelson moves it forward to 7. 20 seconds left in the third period. 7 has it smacked away from him. Saganash going to take the feed around the boards. It was bouncing in front, but it couldn't be handled here by Boulanger, and it will be taken by Carreno. 10 seconds left in this one. He's going to move it on forward to Oxford. Oxford, he's going to see if he can cycle around the net. Going to center it in front. It's still loose by Carreno. Going to be held on here by Yip, and that's going to do it. So a very slow-burning game, not a lot of scoring, and very quickly wrapping this one up here. It is 2-0 win for the Penguins, so they'll take game 1.
Yep, 1-0 series lead for the Penguins. They'll have a chance to finish off the Flyers tomorrow morning. Although I was surprised that the Flyers never pulled Riley Yip from the net. They were only down 2 goals here, but he stayed in the net the whole time. Nevertheless, not a bad game from the Flyers. Obviously not the result they wanted, being on the brink of elimination right now. But this is definitely something they can build off going into tomorrow morning.
So that's going to do it here for game 1 between the Penguins and Flyers. On behalf of Jared Lackman-Minkoff, I'm Connor Tompley saying thank you for watching NHL Kids U17 action, and we will see you next time.